Leeds United are back in the Premier League. After an insane championship campaign, they're heading up automatically, but they face a massive challenge to stay up, trying to buck the trend of newly promoted clubs going straight back down. Today, we take over at Ellen Road for the first of 3 realistic rebuilds with newly promoted clubs. So here is our look at this Leeds United squad, and it is clear to see, whilst there are some absolute studs, we have some work to do if we want to stay up in the Prem. I've gone ahead, recalled all the players that were on loan last season, and then cancelled the loans of the players that were at the club on loan to keep this as realistic as possible to the squad they're going to enter next season with. Got us in the Premier League along with Burnley. I've also put Sheffield United in here for now. At the time of recording, the playoffs haven't been decided, so Sheffield's currently sitting 3rd. I'm putting them in for this one. But I've been doing my research. It's still very early on here, but I've been looking at message boards, I've been looking at rumour mills, I've been looking at players they were linked with back in January. I'm trying to keep this as realistic as possible. Let's get into it. Priority number 1 for me this transfer window, getting a new goalkeeper. In years gone by, doing a Leeds rebuild, you'd be sweet with goalkeeper. Melier was a career mode wonder kid, but he had a stinker of a season with Leeds this year. The fans want him out, and they're not going to stay up if he's their number 1 shot stopper. We had a great amount of players that we were rumoured with here at Leeds United for goalkeeper, but we're going for the Irishman, Kelleher from Liverpool. He joins us for £15 million. I mean, between Kelleher, Nick Pope, and Ramsdale, the 3 rumoured goalkeepers, we were going to be fine regardless there. Manor Solomon coming back to Ellen Road seemed like another no-brainer. He really impressed during his season on loan from Tottenham. So my fellow countryman Ange Postecoglou was happy to strike up a deal for the Israeli midfielder. Whilst I've been keeping an eye on who's rumoured to join the club, I've also been keeping an eye on who's rumoured to leave the club. And that's going to shape a lot of my departures this year. Maximilian Wobber, first man out, heading to Brighton. Matteo Joseph goes back down to the Championship on loan to Ipswich. Rasmus Christensen back from loan and immediately sold permanently. Same deal with Jack Harrison off to Monaco on a permanent transfer. The 3rd signing of this promotion campaign has been secured, and it is covering a very important part of the midfield. Nicholas Raskin giving us a really solid upgrade to the CDM role. Darko Gyabi's going to trade the blue and gold of Leeds for the blue and gold of Parma as he heads off on loan. And we actually managed to get Melier out of the club. We already had one deal rejected. I was worried that this one was going to fall through. Melier looking for a fresh leash on life as he heads to Hoffenheim. When it comes to the right midfield position, Dan James is probably our most key player this season, but I didn't want Wilfred Noso just rotting on the bench. I'm going to send him on loan to Mallorca. In real life, Junior Firpo is rumoured with a move back to La Liga. In this save though, he's staying in England. Getting our money regardless as we sell him to Forest. So for me, there are 2 signings I'm still desperate to make this window. The first is going to be at the striker position. Pirro is quality. He was very good last year for Leeds United in their promotion campaign, but I don't know if he's going to be the man to keep us up in the Premier League this season. So we have brought Liam Delap into the club. Granted, I know he got relegated last season with Ipswich Town, but he was an absolute bright spot in that Ipswich team. He was unbelievable. Every time I watched, he was just causing havoc. And I think used in a slightly better team, he could be absolutely unbelievable for us. And the second is at the left back role, Alfie Doherty coming in here from a chaotic scene at Luton Town. I'm very happy with the business we've done to start off life at Leeds United. But of course, the big question, are we going to survive relegation? I've kept some money in the back pocket. There are definitely some places we could improve, but it's all going to depend on what our table position is looking like come January 1st. I expect us to be in and around the relegation battle. It's just a question of how messy is it going to be. Okay. Forget about it. We have got 4 losses. Burnley are killing, and Sheffield United. We are sitting 8th right now on 29 points. We're only 4 points away from the top 4. Meanwhile, West Ham are on 16. So we're not fully safe right now, but we're 13 points clear. This is Chelsea, Man United are below us on the table. We are 8th. I did not expect that. I'm not mad about it, but I want to use it to our advantage. And for me, that means an upgrade and a man we can really put our efforts into at the attacking midfield role. Brendan Aronson didn't have a great season when Leeds initially went down a couple of years ago, and he's one of those players that I've seen conflicting reports whether Leeds will keep him or sell him in the Premier League next season. So for me, I'm making the executive effort. I'm going ahead here, and I'm picking up Bilal El Khanous from Leicester City, another talent from a relegated side coming back up to the Premier League, 20 mil spent on the Moroccan. Not sure where Brendan Aronson's hair went, but I'm not going to cash in on him yet. We're going to give him 6 months with Jose Mourinho, see if that can change things up, loaning him out to Fenerbahce. This was not on my bingo card when I started recording today. We have not only survived relegation, we've qualified for European football. We're heading to the Europa League in Season 2 with Leeds. I don't think I've ever had this good of a start first year in the Premier League in any rebuild in channel history. Oh my God, we weren't even close to a Premier League title, but to get 61 points and 5th place, I'm borderline in shock right now. Burnley got 7th, Sheffield dropped down a little, Manchester United got relegated! Oh my God. Manchester United got relegated here in Season 1. Season 1. Dude, what is going on in this video? Okay, I'm good. I mean, it's kind of realistic for us to go in for some of their players next year. I know Leeds and Man United are massive rivals, but oh my God. Man United have gotten relegated. Tottenham, okay, this is how you know it's unrealistic. Tottenham won a trophy. We went out, unfortunately, 5-1 to Chelsea in the 4th round of the FA Cup. Man City win the Carabao. We went out in the quarterfinals there. Inter Milan win the Champions League. Bilbao win the Europa League. Our man Brendan Aronson in the final with Fenerbahce. I'm still so surprised we're going to be there next season. Marseille win the Conference League. Dude, this is why we signed him. This is why we signed him. Liam Delap gets 22 goals this season, 80 overall, 22 years of age. Manol Solomon, a great year when we bring him back. Daniel James, so damn solid. I am so surprised with how well we went this year. Wilfred Nosso, though, goes up to a 77 overall. I think he's still got another year on loan at Mallorca. Could bring him back and give him the starting spot over Daniel James next year, though. We are going to be saying goodbye to 2 players, though, to end this incredible season. James DeBayo and Joshua Gulavoigi. Don't know how to pronounce your name, sorry, Joshua, but we're going to be letting both of these guys walk on frees. Bloody unbelievable start to life at Elland Road, though. Let's crack on with Season 2. Okay, we've got a lot of money. I did not expect to get £140 million just from making the Europa League. That Red Bull money is coming in clutch, and we are in a very advantageous position. We could go all out this year. I don't want second season syndrome. I don't want us getting high on our own supply and then ending up in the relegation battle where we could have and should have been last year. I want the momentum to keep on rolling. And honestly, I want to take advantage of some of the big name players that have been relegated. Not the Manchester United ones, but instead the Crystal Palace ones. Our first signing is a huge defensive pickup. Mark Gahey has gone from getting relegated with Crystal Palace to Europa League football with Leeds United. I'm pumped about this addition. I did not expect to be signing Mark Gahey in season number 2, but we have done exactly that, bringing him up from championship side Crystal Palace for 27 mil. And on the very next day, we sign his former Crystal Palace teammate. It is the defensive midfielder, young Englishman Adam Wharton. Stoked to be bringing him in. We pick him up for 25 mil. When we have the budget we do, I don't necessarily see the rush to sell players permanently this year. Brendan Aronson, a key indicator of this. I could have sold him on, don't need the money, so I'm going to loan him out and hopefully get more growth out of him this year. Mateo Joseph did very well at Ipswich last year, sending him back to his home nation of Spain this season. And Charlie Crew coming to the city I live. Charlie Crew coming to Cincinnati. Back to business, signing a man that was on our shortlist last season, Nicholas Kuhn, the German winger, signing from Celtic Park. I'm almost certain that this is going to happen in real life next season. Calvin Phillips returning to Elland Road. His career hasn't necessarily gone in the right direction since joining Man City, but he's now a Leeds United man once again. £3 million. Going to be sitting on the bench though. Oh, coming into season 2, I did not expect our team to look this good, man. I'm very happy with the direction things are heading at Leeds United. And I just want us to keep building from here. I can't lie. We just need to keep on building, keep our foot on the gas. But I've just realized why our financial budget is so high. We're not in the Europa League this year. We were in the damn Champions League. They must have given more spots to English clubs this year. We finished 5th in the Premier League, and that gets us into the Champions League. We could complete this rebuild, theoretically, in 2 seasons' time. This would be the quickest rebuild ever if we complete this, but Inter Milan is a tough start. Away at Anderlecht, away at Celtic Park. I'm happy I signed Nicholas Kuhn. Dynamo Kiev, Sporting, Marseille, Athletic Bilbao, and we finish off against Juventus. A challenging league phase draw, but I still think we could get some upsets here. I don't know what to expect. Let's see how we're going come January 1st. 1st of January, we sit in 7th. Second season syndrome not hitting us. We are 6 points out of the Champions League though. 30, yeah, we're not close to relegation at this point, which is nice. Burnley definitely suffering from second season syndrome. And we are in an awesome position in the Champions League with 2 games to go. I am shocked. And even more fun, we've still got £40 million in our budget. I want to get to work. I want to continue improving. And I've got my target set on another upgrade at the left back role, a permanent upgrade. Gonna sell the Swissman Isaac Schmidt to Espanyol, keeping Doherty at the club, but getting us somebody that can take us to that next level. And we have identified the Spaniard Alvaro Carreras to be that man. I know Junior Firpo changed nationalities to Cuban, I think it was, but he used to be a Spaniard, keeping his legacy alive in a roundabout way. A win and a draw in our final 2 league phase games means we have coasted into the automatic spots, into the round of 16. I'm actually shocked by that. I thought if we were going to get through, it would be in the playoffs, but this rebuild continues to exceed my expectations. We skip the playoffs. Now the big question is, who are we going to verse? There are some absolute juggernauts in the playoffs, my word. Not sure if this is legally allowed to happen, although it might just be confined to league phase play, but we have drawn Red Bull Leipzig. It is a Red Bull derby. German versus English in the Champions League round of 16. I'm not going to lie, fellas. I think anything from here on in is a success. I'm already stoked with the season we've had, but that doesn't mean I don't want us to try going all out to win it here in season 2. And our German winger, Nicholas Kuhn, is going to score a goal that's going to give us the lead to take back to Ellen Road. 3-2 up against Leipzig. Just hold steady, fellas. A goal up against Leipzig, a spot in the quarterfinals on the line, and we do that. Liam Delap actually rescues us in the 89th minute. Delap scores the winning goal, which fires Leeds to the quarterfinals in season 2. But it is going to be Manchester City in the quarterfinals, an all-English affair. Here we go. First leg on the road. If we can take down City here, that's going to fill me with so much confidence. City versus Leeds, quarterfinal leg 1, and it is a 1-1 draw. Kuhn, he's been scoring goals for fun. First minute, Haaland equalizes, and we are still in this, fellas. Quarterfinals at Ellen Road, second leg, here we come. Oh, come on, lads. Huge upset on the cards. 1-1 draw, first leg. Liam Delap against his former club is not going to get us a winner. Man City come from behind and are going to eliminate us in the Champions League quarterfinals here in season number 2. That hurts, man, but let's focus on getting top 4 football and getting us back to the Champions League for season 3. Come on, dude. Every time I think we've kind of hit a new level with this Leeds rebuild, my expectations continue to get exceeded. We are heading back to the Champions League in season number 3. We have finished 4th in the Premier League with Leeds. I think the most unrealistic part of this rebuild so far is our league positioning consistently. Relegation zone, it is Wolves, Burnley, Luton heading down. I need to check though, are Manchester United coming back up? They are. Manchester United had 3 losses all season and have won the championship. That's a shame. I kind of wanted for the laugh for them to be down the bottom of the table. Chelsea win the FA Cup. 3rd round exit this year against Crystal Palace after we signed 2 of their players. Arsenal win a North London derby in the Carabao Cup final. Yeah, we're not doing well in the Cups this year. 3rd round exit, but that's okay. I'd rather do way better in the Champions League and the Premier League than the FA Cup or Carabao. Barcelona end up winning the Champions League over Leverkusen. Lille win the Europa League, and Aston Villa win the Conference League. Liam Delap. This is why we gave him, this is why I had confidence in him. 85 overall, 34 goals, dynamic player potential has definitely infected this guy, and he is turning into one of the best strikers in the Premier League. Really solid season as well there for Nicholas Kuhn and Manuel Solomon, both of them 26 years of age, 82 overall. 17 assists for El Canus. Brendan Aronson up to an 80 overall after his season at Newcastle. Big question marks whether I sell or keep him as a backup next year. And Wilfred Nusso coming back to the club, 79 rated. Again, big question marks as to what I do with him. Just the one man leaving the club at the end of this season though, Alex Cairns, our backup goalkeeper, departing on a free. We're at the point of the realistic rebuild now where things kind of get less realistic because we are a Champions League club. We're an established Champions League club. We need to find players that are really decent overalls, but aren't necessarily at those big clubs. It's not realistic realistic to think somebody from Real Madrid's going to want to come down to Leeds United at this point. But a Mohamed Simakan, on the other hand, I think that is the perfect compromise. 84 overall, 26 years of age, but the key part, we get him from the Saudi League. He's made his money, now he comes back to Europe and joins us at Leeds. But we're finally doing, lads. I'm cashing in on some players. Wilfried Noso, not cashing in on him, another loan move for the Italian. Brendan Aronson, however, back from his loan spell at Newcastle, I'm selling him for 26 mil to Bournemouth. And I'm also going to sell Tanaka. It's not realistic for him to sit on the bench now. I don't intend on him being a starter. He's too high rated. He's going to get very upset. So the Japanese defensive midfielder heading to Tottenham for 31 mil. Looking for our man at the right back position. Personally, I always like bringing someone back to their native country when they're playing elsewhere. Reece James, I'm very happy with this. Again, 84 overall, 26 years of age, just like Simakan. And we bring him back to the Premier League as he signs from Napoli for 36 mil. Another year, another loan move for Joseph. He's progressing nicely, but I just want to keep getting him development. What we could have done this window, I've kept it very tame, and that is on purpose. We have 100 million, over 100 million in our back pocket ready to deploy in January. It's just a question of where we deploy. Our entire midfield, besides Raskin sitting at an 82, Kelleher sitting at an 82 as well. Basically, all of the guys, Solomon, not so much Cooney had a great season. Solomon and Kelleher are probably the two that have their job and their position on the line. But we'll see how it shakes out for him. Once again, in the Champions League this season, I want automatic qualification just like Season 2. We face AC Milan, tough start. Then BSC Young Boys, RB Leipzig, away against Mallorca, Real Betis versus Mateo Joseph's club, Fenerbahce in December, and finally Marseille, and last season's runners-up Leverkusen. Real roller coaster of matches. Halfway through the season, sitting where we ended the last year. I wanted us to almost be in a title race, but Liverpool look unbelievable. We are 14 points away from them. I'm just focused on Champions League qualification season after season. Manor Solomon is sweet though. He's gone up to an 84 overall and already has 18 goal contributions in the first half of the season. We desperately need to make some massive signings though before our final two Champions League phase games. Signing number 1, in between the sticks, it is John Garcia, 85 rated Spaniard, signs from Napoli. But our second signing might surprise some of you guys. It is at the defensive midfield role. Adam Wharton, I thought when I signed him was going to be a bang-on starter. Every season was going to be an absolute superstar. He's stuck at an 82 overall, not performing that well. So I'm going to throw him on the loan list, sign us a world-class center defensive midfielder. It is the Dane, Morten Hjulmand, joining us here from Sporting for £62 million. Certainly wasn't a shortage of clubs wanting to take Adam Wharton out on loan. I've chosen to go with Newcastle United though. We saw how well it worked out for Brendan Aronson, and I'm hoping the same for Adam. We finished 16th in league phase play though. That is not ideal. That is not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. 16th, and we're going to have to go through the playoffs, where we will be meeting Celtic in the playoffs. Such a danger clash for us here, fellas. We're away, traveling to Glasgow, first leg at Celtic Park of the Champions League playoffs, and we come out with a come-from-behind victory to take back to Ellen Road. Second leg, 2-1 up. Get the job done. Get us into the round of 16. We draw. Nicholas Raskin, former Rangers man, scoring the winner against his old firm rival of the past. We are heading to the Champions League round of 16 for the second straight year. This is why I hate going through the playoffs, man. You get drawn up against the big dogs. We've got Real Madrid in the round of 16 of the Champions League. If you want to be the best, you've got to beat the best. Round of 16, first leg at Ellen Road. Come on, fellas. Big foundational one. It is a 1-1 draw. Our January signing, Hjulmand, gets us a goal. But now we have to go into the belly of the beast, the belly of the Bernabeu, all tied up. Here we go, fellas. Season on the line, Champions League dreams on the line, 1-1 at the Bernabeu, and we go out in the round of 16. It's such a dull game. Valverde is going to give Real Madrid the victory and the passage into the quarterfinals. We've gone from quarterfinals to round of 16. Oh, all right, let's just make sure we get top 4. Only just into the top 4 again. We beat out Aston Villa on goal differential, 69 points. Nice. Liverpool win the league. We're only 3 points off second place Man City. Man United bouncing back, promotion to 7th. That's just like us, basically. Tottenham down in 13th, but the relegation zone will see Forest, Bournemouth, and Crystal Palace are officially a yo-yo club. We win the FA Cup! Come on! We win the FA Cup, our first piece of silverware as manager of Leeds United. FA Cup victory, beating Man United in the semis, Newcastle in the final, City in the quarterfinals. You can't say we don't deserve it. Make that 2. We've won the Carabao Cup this year. Man United in the final, we take down. Absolutely brilliant. FA Cup and Carabao Cup champions. PSG end up going on and winning the Champions League. AS Monaco win the Europa. And Tottenham are going to win the Conference League. Liam Delap again, 31 goals. Manor Solomon, I'm so glad I didn't sell. 29 goal contributions for the midfielder. Nicholas Kuhn gets himself 33. El Canus only, 21? But man, those 3 there, I'm absolutely pumped with. Liam Delap, likely to hit the 90s next year. Mateo Joseph up to a 78 overall. I'm likely going to keep him as a backup next year. Noso up to an 80, but Warden stays at an 82. Honestly, he might become the backup defensive midfielder next year as well. Saying goodbye to 2 players who are hanging up the boots though. Patrick Bamford, an absolute legend, and Carl Darlow, both these men retiring this season. Look, this isn't the way I expected to start the season, but I've just sold one of our superstars. I couldn't say no to this money. It's realistic to accept this transfer offer because it is so much over his market value. Our German winger, Nicholas Kuhn, departing the club. We got £60 million for him. No surprise that is an A. That's 20 mil over his market value. And in a window where I didn't really know what sort of direction I wanted to head in with all the money we have, we now have direction. And that, of course, is to go all out for a right midfielder. We get our man. We have broken the club record transfer, but we are on a collision course with hopefully winning a Champions League title this year. Nico Williams, surely is going to help that. We're a consistent Champions League club, our 3rd year in the tournament, and we are buying like one. Nico Williams, welcome to Leeds United. We signed him from a stacked Chelsea squad for just under 110 mil. He actually wasn't my first choice either. I went in earlier for Elise and had the contract rejected. So Williams, that's an omen. That's the universe looking out for us. We've still got so much money. I want to make sure our bench is absolutely spotless. Amari Hutchinson toiling away with Ipswich in the championship. He's coming back up to the big show, joining us at Leeds. Early opportunity this season though for some silverware. We've got the FA Community Shield against Liverpool at Wembley. I was going to say our first trip, but we have gone there plenty of times. We've had a lot of success there as well. Let's see if that continues. We win the Community Shield on penalties against Liverpool. Beautiful stuff, fellas. Season 4 off to a flyer. I want that to be an omen. The thing I love about this team is that, yeah, our starting 11 is unbelievable. Starting 11's cooked. El Canus, the only man not in an 85 right now. I expect him to get there this year. But the bench is ridiculous, and so is the reserves. We've got some absolute sneaky studs in our reserves that could be playing down for other clubs, but we're keeping them here. We're trying to make sure we have depth in every area and that we can win as many trophies as possible this year. But the one we want most, of course, is the Champions League. Will it be 3rd time's the charm? Starting things off away against Atalanta, then at home versus Lazio. Am I right in saying that there was like a riot or somebody died or something when Lazio and Leeds played in the 90s or something? Anyways, we got Young Boys again on the road. Rangers at the Ibrox. Apoel heading to Cyprus. So far, not too bad. Atletico Madrid, definitely the toughest opponent. Borussia Dortmund in January, and finishing up against Stuttgart. So Atletico Madrid, Dortmund, really the only super difficult opponents. I expect us to get into the knockout rounds with ease. Automatically, no playoffs. That's the goal. But lads, if you are enjoying this rebuild, this realistic rebuild with Leeds United, make sure you subscribe down below. Going to be doing one of these for every promoted club. Keep an eye out for the Burnley one in the next week or so, and then whoever wins the playoff final down the line. This is more like it. We are nowhere near the playoffs. We finish equal first in league phase play, just the 1 loss, 6 wins, and we skip the playoffs. We're into the round of 16 and waiting to see who we face. When it comes to the Premier League though, oh my God, do we have a title race on our hands. We are just 1 point away from Manchester City at the top of the table, but we sit in 4th. 14 games to go there. I want a Premier League title. I don't want to keep finishing 4th. You're actually taking the piss. You are taking the piss, man. PSG round of 16. We couldn't get Galatasaray or Anderlecht. I mean, there's not many bad teams going around. But we get PSG. What a piss take. We went out in the round of 16 last year. I don't intend on that happening again. First leg at home, and it is a 1-1. It's on the road, rather. It is a 1-1 draw. We're taking a 1-1 draw back to Ellen Road. To make this even more difficult, Liam Delap is suspended. Mateo Joseph in here for the starting 11. Come on, mate. Please step up. Please step up. It's not him. I mean, he scores in the 19th minute. But the Italian, Wilfred Nurso, comes off the bench for Williams and is going to score the winning goal 2 minutes after coming off the bench. Delap's suspension doesn't derail our season. We're into the quarterfinals. It's not going to be easy no matter who we play. But again, seeing Atletico Madrid, that's daunting. It's always daunting. Thankfully, Delap is back and we're back to a full strength starting 11. But we need to step up. First leg at the Metropolitano against Atletico. And Delap is going to score the go-ahead goal. Job's only half done. But we leave Madrid with a 1-goal lead. Come on, fellas. We hold the lead. Full strength starting 11. Get us into the Final Four for the first time as Leeds manager. I'm nervous. Against Atletico. We do it. No injuries. Perfect. No injuries. No suspension. Into the semi-finals with Leeds United. In this rebuild so far, we've gone out in the round of 16, the quarterfinals. I don't want to add semi-finals to that. It is a Red Bull derby in the semi-finals, Leeds versus Leipzig. Come on, we've taken them down in the past. Let's do it again. Lay the foundations. Come on, Leeds. Lay the foundations. Big win, big win, big win. 1-0 win. Delap, we will take it. 1-0 up as we head to Germany. All right, off to Germany. We got a 1-goal lead. Just get the job done. Get in, get out unscathed. No problems. 3-1. And it is a Delap hat trick. I wasn't going to celebrate until I saw we had no injuries or suspensions. A Liam Delap hat trick sends us cleanly into a Champions League final. Job done. We've seen Leverkusen lose a final in this video already. They don't want to lose another one. I don't want us to lose this final though. It is Leeds United versus Bayer Leverkusen, Champions League final, season 4. A look around the grounds, Napoli win the Europa League. Man United, they've redeemed themselves. But we have come out on top. This chaotic title race is going to see Leeds United on top. We win the Premier League title, 1 point clear of Liverpool. It came down to the final day and we get it done. Leeds United, champions of England. Relegation zone, Man United down in 14th, but Everton, Wolves and Middlesbrough go down. Of course, we won the Community Shield at the start of the season. Man City win the FA Cup. We went out, unfortunately, on penalties to City. And City also beat us in the Carabao Cup final. That hurts the soul. Liam Delap, holy hell, man. He's going to be nominated surely for the Ballon d'Or next year. 92 overall. 39 goals and he's still only 25. Manor Solomon's absolutely crushed it here. Great first year for Williams. Our team is unbelievable, but it is a question of can we win ourselves a Champions League title with this team? Come on, Leeds. Hillman. Elkanus is injured. Got to worry about that later. Bloody hell, I was too worried on the bloody injury and not worried about finishing that. Oh, yes, good interception, Simican. They're on us like a bad rash. Leverkusen, we've had a lot of possession. We just haven't been able to do much with it. They've been defending really well. I want that to change here to start the second half, though, but it's not going to work when I'm putting it into their 6'7" defenders. Good tackle, Simican. Come on, lads, get something going. We've had great possession, but got nothing to show for it. Come on, Solomon. Can we get something going here before extra time? Go into Hillman. Hillman. Elkanus, shot! Oh, and he puts it wide. And that's going to be his final involvement in the game. He's been pretty poor up until this point. We've had so much possession, nothing to show for it. Amari Hutchinson coming off the bench. Chance for one last opportunity, perhaps? No, there is not. We are heading to extra time in one of the worst 90-minute spells in Champions League final history. Someone, get the 2-1 going. Just trying to feed it. Nicely played. Oh, you've got to be faster. Oh, somehow Solomon's won that. Karanda. No, shocking ball. What are we doing? Mason Greenwood, long shot, puts it wide. Solomon's had an absolute stinker. I'm bringing him off and I'm getting Noso on for the last 15 minutes. We need his pace. We need something here. We've looked so bad offensively. Come on, son. Look how fast he is off the bench. Noso, so much space to lap. Fucking hell. Not like this. What a block, Raskin. Just get it to extra time. All right, we're going to head to extra time. This has been a shocking final, but it's going to come down to penalties. It's our man Delap to start off here. Liam Delap being quiet in this game, but can he score this goal? Yes, he does. Great pen. Mason Greenwood versus Garcia. He's going to the right. He goes to the left. Come on, Hutchinson. Off the bench. I'm going to the left again. I'm going to the left again. Another brilliant penalty sent Simon the wrong way. I reckon they're going to the right again. They are going to go to the right. It's a save. James, we have the advantage. Can he keep it that way? Reece James, another great penalty. Come on, we just have to keep scoring. Kimmich goes to the right. I should have waited. That was a shocker, never pen. Just keep scoring. Noso off the bench. I'm going left. We belt that one. Another great penalty. If Garcia can save Young Min Hyuk's penalty, we're going to win a Champions League title. I'm going to the left. They go to the right. But it's our £110 million man, Williams, can win us a final. Show us why we paid the big bucks, mate. Not the best penalty. I'm going to the left, and we score it. It doesn't matter. We are going to win this stinker of a Champions League final on penalty shootout with Leeds United. Come on. An absolute heart attack at moments during that final. It was ugly, but we get it done. And it is going to be one of our early signings, Nicholas Raskin wearing the captain's armband and successfully crowning Leeds United European champions in this realistic rebuild. Come on. If you guys enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to check out another video.